I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Howdy, partner. How are you, Gaz?
How are you, Zaz?
I'll tell you what. Anyone watching the show knows that we love westerns, right? And it looks like you're wearing the hat for Arthur Morgan, and I'm doubling up. Double up.
two gallon hats over there.
Yeah, two hats. But we love westerns, right? And we were talking in our chat. And I believe it was Nate, our mate Nate, the Retro Tinker, who mentioned video games. And we know our friend TJC loves video games.
Yes, he does.
And it brought me back to my love for Red Dead Redemption. I hadn't played it for a while. I put it down for a little while, but I was like, man, I really loved that game. And I wanted to just sit and chat about it. And I thought, who better to sit and chat about it than my buddy Gaz?
We got the perfect show for it.
Dare I say, why not? Hey, let's do the Clubhouse roll call, and then we'll get into the show.
Yes, sir.
So we've got Wilhelm, Toy and Hobby, Casey Wheeler, Handsome Man, Ratface 44 Reviews, David Samuel Blaine, our mate Nate, the Retro Tinker. Hope you're feeling well, buddy. Cindy K, Sunny Sundries, Jonathan Sorensen, who I hung out with on Monday, so check out his channel. Happy Accident, Joshua Allen, and Adam from Go Figure, also feeling unwell. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Scuba Pete keeping us safe in the oceans below. Treasures for Trigger, that's our buddy Phil. Hans Chow kicking the door in. Ken Poe, Brendan Haley, Jason Clark, Grindhead Jim, Justin Bryan, and Space Commander keeping us safe up above. And then we have our Clubhouse members, Cindy K, Gaz, Beta Ray Bob, Spacey, Jason Stilwell, it's Chad, Ryan Sweeney, Keep on Collecting, and Crash. Yep, our buddies are in there. Also, if you want to be a member or a channel supporter, just hit those links in the description. We'll also see Gaz, who is a member, in the description. Check it out. Check out his Instagram. Good stuff. And if you happen to be lucky enough to be on Gaz's Facebook, then you also get some daily comics, Calvin and Hobbes stuff. Always makes me chuckle. Sometimes makes me think. Sometimes they're ponderers. You know what I mean? They're pondering more. Yep. Today was the eclipse. I thought that was very timely.
Yes, very timely. Wasn't so eclipsy here though.
Wasn't. It was. What time was it for you when it happened?
About 3:30ish. It got a little dark, not too dark, just a little bit.
In the PM, right?
In the PM, 3 p.m.
Because in the AM it would be very dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So hi to the chat real quick. Cutthroat Comics saying, yo, Gaz and Xaz, I am wanted dead or alive. You know why? Because he's a cowboy.
On a steel horse he rides.
Howdy, pilgrims. It's the Retro's Tinker. Don't say it that way because it sounds like Retro Stinker. Rolando, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Stephen Hall coming in saying, hey, all. Good to see you, mate. Zombie Hunter 115 is here saying, "Hey guys, keeping us safe so far. 115 zombies under his belt." Zap coming in with his mustache. We figured that out. He was the GI Joe Zap, right?
He's got that nice pristine mustache.
Yeah. Not like my bristly brush that I've got going on right now. We're getting a hello everyone from Kimbo. How are you, Kimbo? Hope you're feeling good too. I know that Nate was feeling a bit sick and Kimbo was feeling a bit sick. And then we've got Joe Fan 84, who we figured out was born in 1984.
Yes.
Has it been the birthday yet? Did the birthday come and go for Joe Fan? Was it before our last stream or was it coming up after that live stream? I remember though having a birthday.
I think it was coming up, wasn't it? I think it was coming up.
Let us know. That's right. Zap, the original Bazooka Man. Good stuff. He knows his stuff. And he's been sick for a week. Retro Stinker is probably accurate.
Stinker.
Have a couple of beers on us. So shout it out loud if you're a fan of. If I've missed anyone, I apologize. I don't think I have, but if I have, my apologies. Just shout it out loud again in the comment section, as Rob Vegas would say, and I will get back to you. Oh, 26th of the 3rd it was. Okay, well, happy birthday, buddy.
Belated birthday, sir.
Yo. So shout it out loud if you were a Red Dead Redemption fan, Red Dead Redemption 2 fan, like me. So back in the early days of video games, right? And Gaz, you're about my age. Deceptively older than me, which annoys me to no end because you look so young. Anyway, so video games before the internet, right? Cutthroat Comics was a fan. You didn't really know what was coming out unless you were reading magazines or comic books. Comic books is where I got all my information from. You'd see the splash page advertisement saying this game is coming out, and also word of mouth. Your friends would be talking about it, or if they weren't, you were, and that's how we got information out, right? So when and that was true for me, even right up until the early stages of the internet. I wasn't really using it like a lot of people that were first starting out were like using it for the pioneers of those days, just going in there and testing its capabilities. So when certain games came out, I was largely unaware of them until I saw them on the shelf, right?
Right.
One of those games was a game called Gun. Have you ever played Gun?
No.
Gun had an all-star cast, and I'm going to read out who the list of characters were in Gun. I thought it was a great game. I completed it. No issues with it, and I'm going to read you out Gun video game. Let me tell you which one of these do you recognize?
All right, go for it.
I'm just going to the cast section of this game. I should have had this prepared, but I wasn't actually going to talk about Gun until I just remembered about it.
Hey, this is Shoot the Shit. We fly.
That's right.
By the seat of our pants. It's okay.
Cast. And we use our phones for this. We don't. Yeah.
It's technology, folks.
So we have some of these I recognize, some of them I don't. So we've got Eric Schweig. Maybe we don't know who that is.
Mm-mm.
I don't. Pericles probably knows. How are you, Pericles? We had Tom Skerritt.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
That's Jester.
Well,
No. That's Viper.
Viper? Well, Tom Skerritt was in it.
Yeah, Viper from Top Gun. He was the lead instructor, right? It was Jester and Viper.
I believe you. Geek Strong is here. Viper, there you go. How are you, Geek Strong? Looking good. Top Gun, there you go. And then we also had Brad Dourif.
Oh wait, no, Brad Dourif. No, I was thinking Michael Dudikoff. Never mind.
So Brad Dourif. When I think of Brad Dourif, I think first Chucky, the voice of Chucky, and I also think, yeah. He was also in Deadwood.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And a lot of other movies, but those are the two things that I come up with.
I just recently
Dave
saw him
Whitten-
in it. I was gonna say I just recently he was in the episode of X-Files that I watched. Very
Perfect.
creepy individual.
Dave Wittenberg was in it. Whoever that is.
Dave Wittenberg.
Yeah. Now we're getting to some heavy hitters now. No offense
Oh,
to everyone that I just said.
Tom
Right, but we're
Skerritt.
getting to some- we got Chris Christopherson.
What?
He was in it.
The
yeah,
rubber
and he was
duck?
Man.
That was the rubber duck
The rubber duck.
in Convoy.
That's him. Chris
That's him.
Christopherson. Lance Henriksen.
What? Oh, come on,
Lance
man.
Henriksen was in it.
How have I not known this game?
Ron Perlman is in
Jeez.
it. Hellboy himself.
Wow.
Thomas Jane, the Punisher,
When did this
was
come out?
also. Give me a moment and I'll take a look. 2005.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, some heavy hitters in that game. Back when video games were actually utilizing a lot of celebrity voices, and this game being no exception. Great game, great gameplay, good stuff. Kept me invested in the game until I finished the game. I'm not sure. When we're talking about Red Dead today, there was a precursor to Red Dead Redemption, the first one, which was Red Dead Revolver.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, was Gun the precursor to Red Dead, but you just said it.
So Gun came out in 2005. Red Dead Revolver came out in 2004. Ron Perlman also in Beauty and the Beast.
I'm looking.
Well, Pericles, you might learn some stuff today, or you might just hear us dribble on about nothing. But hopefully we bring out an entertaining source of information. GeForce Racing 20 here. How are you, buddy? I reckon he should change his name to GeForce Racing 1 because that guy comes in first in my books. I miss being able to play video games in store at the kiosk. I remember those. Yeah. Then there's
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Great game. Great game.
It looks a little like Red Dead, a little bit like from the.
It does a little
video
bit. Here's Red Dead Revolver.
Pew pew. That looks like yeah. I was gonna say that's John Marston right there, right?
No, this is Red Harlow, and he looks a little bit like Clint Eastwood.
Well, yeah, he's got like the scars like Marston had.
Yeah, a little bit. Pew pew. So Revolver was not really an open world sort of game though, like Gun was, and like Red Dead Redemption would be. Not really open world, but it had a lot of supernatural elements in it too. So there were, weird spirits and crazy looking critters from, here, there, and everywhere. Never heard of that one. That's all right. We're here to show you. So Red Dead Revolver had already come out. I knew nothing about it, and I played it at a buddy's house, and I thought, this is okay. Like I like the idea of it, but I never owned it, right? But I played it at my buddy's place. And by saying my buddy's place, I was already in my 20s when that one came out. I played it at my friend's house. And then when Gun came out, that's the first one I saw in the shop. I was like, oh, you know what? I enjoyed enough Red Dead Revolver that I'm going to pick up Gun and see what this is like. And this is, there's no real supernatural element to it, but a great game nonetheless. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Red Dead Redemption was the first Western game that came out that I truly, honestly loved. I loved it. And there were some early shots that were showing up on the internet, early trailers and stuff. But I didn't really get hyped about it until I had the game in hand. And it came out by Rockstar, and I'd really, truly loved the Grand Theft Auto video games. Still do, but I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in a while either. I'm looking forward to Grand Theft Auto. You think they'll remake Gun or Red Dead Redemption? I think it would be easier for them to redo Red Dead Redemption using what they already have for Red Dead 2. They already got the map.
Yeah, because they redid like Vice City and a couple other ones. Well, they upgraded it a little bit, right? And re-released them. So maybe they'll do that for Red Dead. I hope so, because that game was balls. I love that game.
So just to clarify, Gun was not part of Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Revolver was a precursor to that. Gun came out after Red Dead Revolver, was not part of it. But a great game. Great game. Not part of it, but a great game. Stephen Sheets is here. How are you, Stephen? Yo, Joe. Are you talking about Red Dead Redemption? I enjoyed it more than Grand Theft Auto, but I think I enjoy, because Grand Theft Auto is full of heists and stuff, which is fine. Like I don't mind a good heist, but I enjoy the genre of westerns more. So I loved Red Dead Redemption. Now, cool. Thanks for clarifying, buddy. Now I was excited, but not like completely, totally enthralled with Red Dead Redemption before it came out. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Some of the trailers look good. Some of the teasers look good. And I was like, oh, I'll get this game, right? This is as far as my excitement went. I was like, oh, I'll get this game. I got the game. I started it up. And then I absolutely fell in love with it. I was enamored with this game. John Marsden, from the very beginning, I thought that his character was great anti-hero, and he's in a situation that he doesn't want to be in, right? He just wants to live free and easy with his family, and the Pinkertons come along and make him go look for his old crew.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great game. Loved it. Played it through a second time, which I very rarely did. Like after I finished the game, I would put it away and I go, that was a great game, and very rarely went back to it. And then they came out with Undead Nightmare.
Yes, I remember.
So good. So this took place in a alternate reality where zombies come to life. Where I think, have you played Undead Nightmare perchance?
I played it a few times. I think that was right when I was getting out of it. I was like moving on to other games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I remember playing it online with a friend co-op, and just shooting zombies left and right. It was hilarious.
So they were so in Undead Nightmare, it's an alternate reality where pretty much the world's gone to the world of zombies, right?
Yeah.
The undead have taken over the world. It happens in a very personal way to John Marsden. If you haven't played it, I won't give it away too much. Suffice it to say that it is a parallel universe. It doesn't take place in this universe. For those that have played Red Dead Redemption, you know, and there are spoilers for Red Dead Redemption because, you know, it's an old game. Just get with the program. But at the end of Red Dead Redemption, spoiler alert, at the end of Red Dead Redemption, John Marsden dies in an epic shootout.
You know, that hit me hard.
Right?
It hit me hard. I didn't want him to go. I'm like, no.
So that was that in my, and again, this is before the internet was really huge, right? Well, at least for me, I wasn't using it that much. So that was the moment where I was like, I need to go and replay it. So maybe there's a way to get through it. No way. So I was thinking as I was playing Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, I was thinking as I was playing this game, I was like, I think, and I was wrong, I think this is taking place in the afterlife. And at the end of this game, it's depending on what my choices were and how I acted, good or bad, will determine where I go in the afterlife, whether I go to heaven or hell, right? And I thought that was going to be a great twist at the end. It was like this all happened after that shootout, and this whole experience is John Marsden slipping away into either the good or the bad, heaven or hell. It ended up being something completely different to that. Still didn't take away my love for the game, but I was like, man, it would have been such an easy thing to do to turn it into, because the ultimate goal of Red Dead Redemption, well, not necessarily the ultimate goal, but one of the things for the game is that you have to choose how you are going to interact, whether you're going to be good or bad. right? And how, more so in Red Dead Redemption 2. But you can make good or bad choices, quite like Mass Effect, where you can make good or bad choices.
Well, see, the thing that I liked more about Red Dead Redemption than I did Grand Theft Auto. I was going to say Gran Turismo. Grand Theft Auto was like in Grand Theft, you are a criminal and you're just trying to make money. That's all you're trying to do. In this,
right.
when it first came out, you see Rockstar's doing this, so you're originally thinking, oh, this is Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West,
right?
And it's not, because you're trying to do you can do the right thing if you want to. You can make those choices. Like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to help these people instead of trying to terrorize them, which I really liked about that game.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I think one of the great things that the developers did was make it so that if you wanted to be a full outlaw, you could. Yep. However, the cutscenes then sort of contradict that, because John Marston just wants to be able to be left alone with his family. Mm-hmm. There are small bits of dialogue where he's like, I'm not a good person. Same with Arthur Morgan, where he's like, some of those cutscenes is like, look, I'm not a good person. I've done some bad things. And that's true for pretty much everybody in the gang, is that, they might be likable, but they've done some unsavory things.
As most outlaws do.
Exactly. So then I replayed the online for Red Dead Redemption was okay.
Yeah.
What I liked about it was that even though you couldn't create your own character, you got to pick characters from the game that you would play online. So sometimes you'll see like a whole lobby filled with John Marsden, right?
I remember picking my character because they gave you those body whatever characters, and I picked like this one dude. He looked like the main guy from the Magnificent Seven.
Right. Yeah. So there were a bunch of characters that they used, not only from the world of Red Dead, but also from Red Dead Revolver. So you could be Red Harlow.
Yeah.
You could be some pig guy. I can't remember his name. So all of a sudden they're now blending these worlds together, only in the online portion of it. Although there are some camp stories and other things that happen in Red Dead and Red Dead Redemption 2 that tell those tales of Red Dead Revolver as if they're what's the word? Like lore, not lore. Folklore. Yeah. Thank you. As if they're folklore. So it does sort of bring it in. And so I look at Red Dead as a kind of, if you're playing that game, because it does go a little bit, weird, Red Dead Revolver, I take that game as like a story within the main world, like, whether it be a dime novel or maybe an old movie or whatever that people have seen. Cat went across the keyboard. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Zap. So the online portion was okay, but it wasn't great. But then that I haven't seen this one, and I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check it out. But then they brought out Red Dead Redemption 2, and this was the moment where all of a sudden I am excited about it, because after Red Dead 1, people are already talking about Red Dead 2, right?
Right.
And I'm reading articles, I'm looking in magazines, I'm looking in YouTube, I'm watching all the trailers drop, I'm anticipating the game. I've got it pre-ordered, which is probably the first time I ever pre-ordered a game. I've got the ultimate edition of it. I've got the book, right? The playthrough book. And I'm just grabbing everything Red Dead Redemption 2. The game comes out, and I am not disappointed. I loved it. Arthur Morgan came around, and I'm thinking to myself, how can they change John Marsden, who I thought was a perfect character from Red Dead Redemption? How can they put him on the back burner and put Arthur Morgan front and center in this game? It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, because it takes place before, right?
It does, yes. Yeah. But it does. You do start to fall in love with Arthur Morgan, which is great, because if you play the game, there's a lot of tragedy that happens in these games, and Arthur Morgan falls into that tragedy side of it. But if you don't fall in love with the character, then by the end, it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But when they introduced John Marsden into Red Dead Redemption 2, I was a bit disappointed because I don't think that they really handled his character that well. I think they made him a little bit too whiny. I don't think that he was really that. It wasn't really that. I mean, he wasn't an expert in anything by the time Red Dead Redemption was out because you had to learn Deadeye. You had in the game, and he gets taught by an old grizzled gunfighter. I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but so he improves his skills in Red Dead Redemption, but in Red Dead Redemption 2, I just found him to be mostly unlikable.
So I always thought it was kind of weird because in the latest incarnation of Grand Theft Auto, right? It's a three-part story between three different characters, right?
Yeah.
And did Redemption, the 2 come out around the same time, right?
So I'll look it up for you, but it definitely came out after.
Right, it came out after the latest one, right? This of Grand Theft Auto 5. And I was always wondering why, because when I saw John Marston, I'm like, why aren't we him? We should be him because he was the primary character in that, and like this is how he becomes that outlaw. And it would have been a perfect story to tell. And then seeing Grand Theft Auto with the 3 different characters, I mean, they could have done that as well. You could have shifted between the characters and played out a story.
2013 was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Jeez, almost 10 years. Oh, 10 years ago. Wow.
2018 was Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, see, I don't know why they wouldn't have. They could have done that. It's like I think it's a missed opportunity. And one thing that drives me crazy about the Grand Theft Auto Rockstar games is that the customization bit. Like you can write that story, and Zazel can create Zazel in the game, and Zazel can be Marston or the other guy. What is his name?
Arthur Morgan.
Morgan, yeah, or Morgan, right? And still have that same feel, and you'll be more connected to the character because you created that character. You know what I mean? That's just my thing about Rockstar video games. They're great. That customization bit, even like the online, you should be able to just create your own character, kind of like some other games do.
In Red Dead Online 2, finally you can create your own character.
Yes.
Right? You can create your own character.
Online mode.
So, yeah. So the thing is, there was a lot of anticipation because Grand Theft Auto was smashing it for online, and they still are. Like they're making hand over fist money with Grand Theft Auto Online. So the anticipation for us Red Dead Online fans for Red Dead 2 was that it was going to be quite like that, where you can buy property, you could own a business, ranch, like run your own ranch, right? And eventually what they ended up doing was they brought out some stuff where you could be like a trader or like a fur trader. You could be a gambler, so you can play cards. You could run some businesses from your camp, but you couldn't really own any property. Then they brought out moonshining, so you got to make moonshine and hang out in the bar and stuff. But they still fundamentally didn't give fans what they wanted, which was the ability to run your own ranch however you want to do it, right? The freedom to be able to run your own ranch.
That would be a cool community thing.
Right? It could have been like you could form a posse with your buddies, and that would have been a great way to get farm hands onto your ranch to help, make it do a cattle run or whatever like that. Yeah, Gaz would have been making moonshine.
Let me tell you, my limited experience with Red Dead 2 online is getting run down by a posse trying to get a bounty.
Yeah, after a while, a lot of people just really, if you wanted to mind your own business in Red Dead Online, you can't. You got to get good with a gun. You got to be handy with a steel, if you know what I mean, earn your keep.
Yeah, it's just somebody just ride by and shoot you.
Yeah, just for the hell of it. So that was another frustrating thing, and you could put yourself in passive mode. But people figured out how to get past that.
Yeah.
And there are hackers and stuff. So eventually, because I got I started to get a little bit bored with Red Dead Online until I figured out that you could take photos on there. So if you will indulge me for a little bit, I'll run you through some of the photos I took on Red Dead Online.
Let's go. Let's look at this.
You want to see it? Check it out. Here's my favorite one.
Oh, look at that.
So this one I call what happens when you ride off into the sunset, right? Because you ride off into the sunset, pretty soon it's nighttime, right?
You and the horse can't see shit.
You and the horse can't see shit in the dark. All of a sudden you're like, man, why didn't I set my camp up?
And it gets cold.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, exactly.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. So that was I quite like that one. And then, oops, sorry, I don't know how that one got in there. Sorry about that. Moving on. So this here was, so my character is in the middle. My oldest son is on the right, holding the rifle up in the air. And the one squatting down is my youngest son, and his character was called the Colonel.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And if there were chickens about, and there were often chickens about, he'd go chicken hunting. It was like Han. It was like Han. Yeah, Hans would go around with the wildlife. Yeah. Yeah. Your friends is fun.
That's
others don't play nice. So this was us actually trying to break the map. Do Aussies like Westerns? Yes, we do.
What do you mean break the map? Like go beyond the border?
Yeah, so go beyond the border, and we were trying to get to Mexico and Canada, and you were able to do so if you broke the map. The textures weren't quite as refined out that way because you're not supposed to be out that far, but it would often take a little bit of finagling. One of which was you had to try and push each other up one point, and then use your lasso to pull other people up. It was fun times, but this was us celebrating getting into the highest point that we'd been so far off the map.
Just imagine like being like a moderator for this game online and be like, oh my god, look, we got these guys from Australia. They're trying to get into Mexico.
Mate, we didn't invent it. We were watching YouTube videos so that we could figure it out, and it didn't always work. And then you had to be careful where you stood because you could fall through the map. So
your youngest son was called the Colonel. What was your character called?
Well, mine, I can't really remember. I think it was just like me. I think it was just
Zazel,
or I'd sometimes go by Nomad. But my horse's name was Sarge.
Of course it was.
Yeah. So this was supposed to be just because I saw the sunset or the sunrise. I can't remember which way it was. Oh, yeah, that's nice. I think this is pretty much a sunset. At ease, maggots. That's Sarge there.
How did you get your horse up on the rock?
Well, here's the thing. I went to stand on this rock to take a photo in front of the sunset, and my horse followed and stood next to me.
Oh my god, yeah. That's one of the things that I love about this game. And there was one other one. Oh my god, it's on PlayStation 4. It's like a samurai game.
Oh yeah. You
know what I'm talking about? It came out like a few years ago, and your character bonds with this horse.
Yeah,
you end up loving the horse. And
yes,
man.
So yeah, what was that game called? That was a great game.
Oh my god, what was it called? I can see it in my head.
That's right. Someone in the chat will let us know.
I'm gonna look it up because we have.
Yeah, even better. Yeah, exactly. This is how we do things here. We just look it up on the phone. So yeah, I just wanted to do a nice little photo here, and then I heard. So I've zoomed out because I could hear the horse. I was like, "Is he next to me?" And there he was.
So it's a Ghost of Tsushima. That's
yeah.
Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, great game. Great game.
This is me enjoying a beer, and unfortunately, I've taken up the filthy habit of smoking. I don't smoke in real life. My character, unfortunately, has taken up the habit.
Well, that's what video games are for, so you can do the things that you normally wouldn't do.
Exactly. Smoking's not cool, kids, but I got to admit, he doesn't look cool either.
We here at Shoot This Shit do not condone smoking.
No, we do not. Drinking beer is okay though.
Yeah.
That's where our vices lie. So here, I think the lady in the background there is also not impressed with my smoking of the cigarettes.
Mm.
But that's
Especially
right.
how you're blowing it her way.
Well, I think I end up not a big fan of root beer, but I think I give it up later. So I do give it up.
I like the hat.
Imagine that rebellious smoking inside. Yeah, I do give it up. I do give up the habit eventually. This is how gorgeous the night sky is.
Oh yeah.
In Red Dead. And I just literally stopped in my tracks and I was like, man, I got to get a photo of this. If I could have gotten myself out of the way, I would have.
Yeah, there's a few games that are like that I've played that like open world. One of them is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. The night sky when it gets dark, it's just you can sit there and look at it.
They definitely nailed it. I think the unfortunateness is you can carry two. You can either carry a pump action or two rifles or whatever you want to do on your back. You got a hip gun and you got a front holster gun as well if you want.
You could do like two side holster guns instead of the hip gun.
Yeah, I did want two side holster guns. I never did do that. I thought that the night and day clock was too quick in this game. So if you wanted,
you can't slow it down. But I thought there was an option to slow it down. No,
not online.
Well, online, yeah, that's right.
And then here I am on the train tracks. I just thought, why not? Waiting on the train. Probably shouldn't be standing there. But I thought the rail system in this game was incredible.
Yeah. You're able to stop the train, right?
Online, not so much.
In the game, yeah, because there's a couple of heists that you have to pull off that deal with the train, right? But not online.
You blow up a bridge at one point. That really stops a train.
I bet it does.
Yeah, not a good place for a nap.
Sure it is. That's a good headrest.
So here we are facing away from the train.
As it's coming.
Yeah, the colonel's throwing a lasso our way. The one next to my character now with the bow and arrow was my brother Adam's character. So eventually I got quite a posse happening. And we were unaware that the train was on our tail. You could actually take the train if you wanted to, so you could actually ride the train, like actually engineer it yourself. Engineer it. Is that the right word? You could be a train engineer.
I say drive it.
You can drive the train. Yeah.
Do you have to put the coal into the steam?
No, thankfully. Although that would have been a nice touch. This is also off the map.
Really?
I thought that adding these two trees off the map, I thought was pretty cool. This is probably in Mexico now. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to walk over to these two trees. So I did. Train conductor. Cheers, mate.
So is there anything off the map that you can like shoot, or is it just empty space?
So there aren't really any animals, and any animals that you did see were broken, so that they didn't run away or anything. They just sort of stood there in one spot.
They were like, "You're not supposed to be here," and they're scared crapless, and they just stand there because they're shot in shock.
They were horses, but if you jumped onto them, they didn't really move. It was crazy times. This was the real Wild West. Like this is us really going out there into
breaking the borders, exploring the digital universe.
I picked this picture because I thought, even though there's not a lot happening here, I thought that it was great that if you're running through the snow sticks to your legs and your gloves and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It's pretty deep too, right? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah. So right where it is it was probably up to my thighs.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oops, back to this one. So I think this might have been the first sunset one I was trying to do before the horse comes out on the other side.
Yeah.
But I thought that was nice. I liked a lot of sunset or sunrise ones. Oh, hear me having another filthy cigarette. Kids don't smoke. There were a lot of creepy hidden secrets out here, actually. I might have some photos of them coming up. But here I am. This is actually, I think, a lighthouse. And I'm staring out. Yeah. Staring out, having a sneaky ciggy. Don't smoke, kids. It's not good for you. See, this is now I've quit because I've been slapped in the face saying smoking's bad. So I've given it up now. This is when you could actually run your own moonshining business. So I've dressed appropriately for moonshining.
Who's the guy with the white boots?
That was my son's character. He decided to wear. I think this was his Punisher outfit, like Wild West Punisher outfit. So he's got white gloves, white boots, and he was anti-smoking, which is great. Thank you. I thought this was nice. Yeah, don't quit it.
Smoking, Dad. I can't.
I thought this looked pretty cool, like a little stare down Main Street.
Yeah, I think of the set from Quick and the Dead.
Yeah. That's the kind of look I was going for.
Yeah.
And that's me having a little bit of a dance after giving up smoking but drinking heavily. You get to dance along to the band. You can actually play in the band too. So you can pick whatever instrument you wanted. You can play in the band.
Did you play in the band?
I sure did.
Did you play banjo?
Usually guitar.
All right. Look at that.
Yeah, and here is a little sneaky hallway. This isn't actually creeping into a house, and I thought that the shadows were really good in this one, so I took a screenshot.
Looks pretty cool.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It is.
And I thought this was a bit spooky, going through this dark forest.
Are you on a horse? Oh,
yeah,
you are.
That's like not my butt.
The right leg looks kind of weird. I thought you were riding an ostrich.
Riding an ostrich into the woods.
It reminds me of the game that Nate chose on TJ's gaming memories. It looks like Fable.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like
it does a little bit like Fable.
Right? Fable, the Old West.
Yeah. And here I am judging someone else now who smokes. And I'm just like, yeah, that's no, put it away.
Azazel leading the charge of anti-smoking in the Wild West.
Having only just given it up.
He shoots the cigarettes from your hand.
Pa-chow.
Pa-chow.
So then after this, I actually got into the habit of trying to strike a particular pose, right? So when you stand there and take photos, you cycle through different poses automatically as you're waiting for it to snap. And I ended up getting to one that was called Thinking Man, right? So yeah, like that. So then it's like, So then, So here I am judging her again for smoking. Offering palm chocolates.
This ain't that kind of show, Nate.
No. But hang on a minute. You don't know what's coming next.
Oh, boy.
Maybe this is him pondering a palm. So then I started taking photos, waiting for my character to automatically come to this pose, which sometimes would take a while. And, of course, the time clock goes quick. So if you want to get a pose like this in a particular sunset or night sky, you have to make sure it's quick, right?
Wait. You can't choose a pose. He does it automatically.
Right. So this pose, for the most part, he does it automatically, but you can pick certain styles of pose. But this pose, or on the most part, looks like this guy, right? Usually his arms are crossed facing forward, right? But every so often, he would use one of his hands, bring it up, and do a thinking pose. So I was like, oh, I like that. I'll try and get a picture of that. And then I started to like it more than just the arms crossed pose. So I started doing as many pictures with this pose as I could. And I tried to do them at places that I thought were interesting, right? So I did it here with this palm job lady.
So do I want to know how long you waited for this pose to come on?
Sometimes it would be very quick, right? It's like, oh, it cycled through it very quickly. Sometimes he'd like spit to the side and do other things like that. Sometimes I would wait up to like 10, 15 minutes. But by that stage, the moment has passed, right? It's now maybe too dark or it's too bright and I've missed the night sky the way I wanted it. And I have to wait a whole another day to do it again.
Wait. When you take the picture, I know some of the games allow you to adjust the time of day and all that stuff when you take the picture. It gives you all those options. No?
Yeah, not online anyway.
What am I counting? This is the Old West. It's just the big flash. And that's it.
That's right. And you don't get to, you got to go and develop it through special means. And here's my horse. That's Sarge, the horse.
And the dog?
And
the
dog. Yeah, Sandy the dog.
Is that Corporal Kirshner?
No, but the dog unfortunately was only in the camp, so it was a camp dog. You couldn't take it out on missions or anything, which I thought was pretty lame.
It is lame.
It does take dedication. So Sandy the dog and Sarge the horse, and I thought I got to try and get them to stand here, which meant that because the dog sort of does its own thing. It'll walk around the camp its own. So this one probably took me a couple of tries.
I was going to say, how many tries did it take you to do this one with the horse standing still and the dog there?
Many tries. Here are some nice flowers I thought were good. Here's some pretty flowers. No, unfortunately.
Look at those flowers.
Doesn't even look at the flowers. Looks away. It's too cool for flowers. Here are some dinosaur bones.
Ooh, is that a T-Rex?
No, this is, I believe, like one of those ocean ones, with the big flippers and stuff.
Talking about dinosaur bones, I have some dinosaur bones over there.
You do?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll get it. Hold on.
Go get them. That'll be cool. We're looking at dinosaur bones, kids. This is probably like a more boring version of when people take it through their holiday snaps. So I apologize for that.
It's great. I love it. Right here, look at it. Ready? Here we go.
And we'll solo you.
Dinosaur bones.
Wow.
Look at that.
Did you dig that up yourself?
Yeah. I dug it up myself. Backyard.
That's brilliant. Rawr. I love it. With sound effects and everything.
Dinosaur bones. We love dinosaurs, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, don't let go. You'll break it.
That's pretty interesting.
Look at these bones.
Zazel's like, can I put this together?
Yeah. Gazz will love this. And here is an open coffin with a body inside. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Was there a verse?
Should I have opened this?
I don't think
probably not. Here's a hobbit house I found. I thought that was pretty cool.
What? Where was this? Oh my!
This was somewhere on the map. You could find a little hobbit house. You can't go inside it. Unfortunately, there were people who were able to break the map and go into it, but
what if it wasn't the hobbits, but what if it was those little people from the Neverending Story?
Ooh, nah, it's too big for that. But I know what you mean. I wonder. But I thought that was pretty cool.
It is cool. Wow.
Imagine that you're going to be like, I've got a door. Do I build a whole house?
You know what we're starting here? And now all the people watching are going to download this game and take pictures of this all over the place. It was it was. It's actually going to be in the theaters in July.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, of course.
Here are some weird stone things that I found. This is a stone eye. You can't really tell from this position.
Aliens?
Possibly. Could have been. There are aliens in this game. You can see UFOs.
What? Oh, Guess who's playing this? We're gonna start playing this, Zazel. Me and you.
I'm telling you. Yeah,
We'll
all right.
pick a day of the week and we'll play.
Back on the Red Dead Online. Let's give it a crack.
The universe.
Yeah, pondering the universe.
Billions of stars.
Let's start counting. 1. So here, rock formation. No human being would stack rocks like this.
No, you're right, Ray.
So there are geysers behind me going off. So that little puff of smoke is actually hot steam coming off of the ground there. And I found these rock formations.
That's cool.
We're the Martian manhunters.
That's right. You can be one of us, Nate.
Yeah, one of us. Nice. And then I thought this was pretty, so I thought I'd take a photo of that.
Cool. I like that.
I finally got a thinking man pose. Now the story about this one is we waited so long that the sun went down for me to get this pose. The sun was beautifully behind us, or in front, or overhead, or wherever it was. And by the time I finally did this pose, it was nighttime. I was like, bugger it. But my sons were patient enough to wait for me to get this pose, even though it was a bit too dark. And here is a Christmas special. In online, after a while, when it hit Christmas time, it would actually you'd get a Christmas tree at your camp. And I decided to change my outfit to look a little bit like a Santa. But then after this, they made it so that it was snowing everywhere, even places that typically didn't have snow online. It was all blanketed in snow. Cool. But this is me thinking if I could get away with being Santa.
That's pretty neat.
Here's me wondering if the cannon will still fire. It's also in a precarious position. I tried to make it look like a dingus. So this area of the map, I believe, actually, I don't know if it is that area, but there was a civil war. This isn't it, actually. But there is an area that looks like a Civil War battlefield.
Oh, neat.
It's pretty good. A new gun? How did you know? It's just what I wanted. I will stack rocks on hikes so others have something to look at. That's cool.
It's you. You're doing it.
You're the one. You're the human being. Things that make you go,
Every time I'm going to go on a hike, I'm going to G-Force did this.
Yeah.
He was here.
He knows what's up. Then I visited the Atlantic Electric Company, which in these days was brand new technology, electricity.
Zayl's standing there. How does this work?
I wonder if I could put my finger in this socket. What would happen?
What would happen if I stuck my finger in a socket?
I'm probably sitting there thinking, I wonder how they got this to light up, this sign. Yeah, all the clues are here. That
was one of the things I liked about was like the city parts of it.
Yeah.
The first one, the second one though, the second one has some really nice looking cityscapes.
Yeah, this was in one of the cities.
Yeah.
Lemoyne. Here's a good. I thought this looked pretty. I know that it's the Old West, but I thought it looked a little bit like Australia with the windmill. Some birds in the background. Some disheveled buildings. This is in a place called Tumbleweed. Sure, finger. My dingus.
That actually looks pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, I do like this.
He's
one.
like, my house is gonna go over there. My ranch is gonna go over there.
What is a windmill mill? Is it a mill wind? Here are some mammoth bones we found.
Ooh. That makes you go.
And as you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. But standing within the tusks themselves. I think they were made out of Lego.
Is that the skull there or is that a rock?
That's a skull in the back there. Yeah. You got
cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Here's a tree that has bottles hanging off of it.
What? This is a real moment.
How did they get there? You can actually shoot those bottles too.
Oh, you can. Is there anything inside? That's pretty
nothing that I've found. Yeah. I wonder if there's treasure in here.
I wonder why they did that.
Here is some sort of burial ground that I found. I'm like, should I be in this Indian burial ground?
Should I build my home here?
Should I put a pool here?
They're here. Oh, I love it.
Here's a tree that was struck by lightning, and there's also a headstone there. Not a headstone. What's the cross one called if it's not a headstone?
A
grave marker.
Is it a grave marker?
Well, whatever it is, there's a cross. Yeah, there's a cross there. I wonder if they were under the tree when the lightning hit it.
Well,
I wonder.
No, was it like this the whole time, or did you actually see the lightning hit?
No. It was already like that. Yeah. Burial marker. All right. Cheers, buddy.
Burial marker.
Grave marker. Other options.
They just usually write their names on there. Here lies Xaz.
Yeah, but I'm like, why does it say here lies Xaz? Early dabbing.
Or did you shoot that? You shot that tree. That's what it looked like before. You shot it with your big gun.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
My dingus. So this one's got a bit of a story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
This one actually is also on the map for Red Dead 1. This is on Red Dead Redemption 2. But this is in near Marston's Ranch. And it's actually, so there's a rock wall heading towards this tree. And it's actually an homage to a movie called Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank or Shankshaw?
Is that where he buries his whatever in there, right?
Yeah. That's where he goes and finds his. Is it Shawshank or is it Shankshaw? It's Shawshank, right? Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to say it kind of looks like the tree that the kid was hiding in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That's true. It does look like that too. Yeah.
Except the hill was a little steeper, I think. But yeah, it kind of looks like that.
He was going to say, is this Robin Hood or Shawshank? Shankshaw.
Hey, I got an idea. Rockstar. Maybe you should do a Red Dead Redemption Robin Hood version.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I went looking down this path here to try and find the one rock that doesn't belong to see if there were treasure there. And guess what? There actually was treasure here.
What kind of treasure? Well, you don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Watch it. Prince of Thieves.
Good movie.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And here's one of my favorite shots. You've got the windmill in the background. You've got the homestead, the clouds overlooking the prairie. I like it. I like this one a lot. I like it a lot. I put this on a poster.
Hey, that cloud above your head kind of looks like an ocean liner.
It does a little.
Right?
Sherwood Redemption. Love it. It does. I see what you're saying. Maybe it's a thought bubble.
Yeah. It's coming out of your ears because you're thinking too much.
So that's my favorite. That's probably my favorite one. And I've only got a couple more.
Keep them going.
So this shack here is actually where in Red Dead Redemption 1, John Marsden's his house would be. That's where his house is built. And before that, the shack's here. Shabby Shack.
Shabby Shack.
Wacky Shack. What if we made ships bigger? Well, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Definitely going to need a bigger boat.
So, yeah, in the game, you actually build at the end. You actually build John Marsden's house here. But until then, you actually get to build the house. That's pretty cool.
You get to tear down the Shabby Shack and build a Marston home.
Here is one of the stations. This is just a little shack station where the train stops. I don't know why I took a photo. I just thought it was delightfully retro. So I took a photo there. Here I just climbed a stone and thought, he's
like, how am I going to get down?
Do I jump? those creepy thoughts pop into your head. It's like, I wonder if I could survive.
Yeah, that's great.
And I thought this was pretty cool. This is a flour mill, and the train line goes right past that. I thought that looked pretty cool.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
I guess I like buildings a lot. Here's another little creepy thing that I found, which I also decided I might build a house at. So there's some skulls in here and some spears and stuff.
It's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
It's cool.
Here are some bones that are in the wall. Human remains. Yeah, fossil remains.
In the wall. Neanderthal. Sasquatch.
Yeah. Neanderthal. There's actually hints of Sasquatch, there's hints of giants in this game. For fans of wrestling, here's The Undertaker. I thought that looked nice. This is more like the Wild West sort of stuff that I like.
Yeah. We had a guy slaving away on that 2x4.
It's like, I wonder if he's building one for me.
I think that guy's about 5'7". Ooh.
Here's an outfit I made to make it look like the original Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that was pretty good. In front of the saloon, waiting for Gazz.
Or should I start smoking again?
Yeah. Probably shouldn't. Here is somewhere you can actually go and watch old style movies, and it says new program every day.
Did they actually show movies in there?
Yeah, they did. You go in there and watch a movie.
Wow.
Entire change of program every day. So you
it costs you a nickel?
Yeah, a nickel or a shilling. And then after that, this was an old little rundown. It was like a wagon. What do they call the gypsies would live in those things?
Oh yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Where the devil is Gazz?
I'm right here. Oh.
At the saloon. Here I am looking for him. This is my moonshining outfit.
Should I wear the skirt and the pants at the same time?
That's an apron.
I know.
Here I put a skull mask on Sarge because I thought that was pretty cool. So it's got ram horns.
And Sarge is going, this isn't a drill instructor hat.
No, I tried. Am I lost? I think the answer is yes.
Am I lost?
Gotta be careful with hairs out there.
I love it.
Here I am waiting for the train.
Is that a cowbell you have on him?
Back here?
Yeah.
No. That's a lamp.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. They give you the lamp. So the headlight. Yeah, all right.
The headlight, yeah. Here I am waiting for the train, and this guy's like, why is he standing so close to me?
Why does he keep going?
Should I fart right here?
Man, I had a lot of beef jerky.
Too much jerky. So here is a tiny church that I found. It's literally a tiny church. In order to get inside it, you've got to crouch down. Lots of alligators around you too.
They're hinting that they're little people.
And I'm wearing a devil mask too.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Going to the chapel and I'm gonna start thinking. Here's a lightning strike I got. That's pretty difficult to do.
That must have been luck.
Yeah, that was pure luck.
There's no
way I did that on purpose.
He's like, can I harness that bolt of lightning to turn lights on?
What was that behind me that just went crack? A nice little sunset, and
this is just hilarious.
I went this one. I tried to look a little bit like a Canadian Mountie.
Oh, that one's for you, Adam.
Yeah. This was before I knew Adam, but I knew I was going to know him, so I was like, do I know any Canadians? sheer concentration.
The Mount, Zazel the Mountie. I love it.
Where's Mjolnir?
It's not gonna get old. It's never gonna get old. It's like,
here's a gravestone that I found with Martha on it. So I was waiting for Superman and Batman to show up.
why'd you say her name?
Save Martha. It's too late. Martha's gone.
Hmm.
And the final one.
Is this train gonna hit me?
Should I move out of the way? Anyway, so that's essentially what Red Dead Online became to me, because it was like
you really committed to that idea.
There were so many more to Gaz that I didn't actually show. I think I may have shown way too many just now. But,
is that what you did? Is that what you did when you got, like, when you were playing the game and then you got bored? Like, you should have turned it off, but you didn't. You just went around and took, like, pictures of random places.
So it used to be, I would play it every day for hours, right? But then they stopped doing updates. So it used to have a story, and once I completed the story, because you didn't necessarily have to play the story mode, but if you played through the story, because you did have to at the very, very beginning, but you didn't have to do any of that stuff. But if you did, those stories ran out pretty quickly. There was one story where you got to wear Ned Kelly helmets. That was cool. I thought I had a photo of that. I thought I had a photo of the Ned Kelly helmets. I've shown enough already. Anyway.
No, you haven't.
So I'll find one. Anyway, so with the game, because I stopped doing, and it was online, like people online were saying that the updates weren't up to scratch to what they would give Grand Theft Auto. And so pretty soon people stopped playing the game, and the lobbies were getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But I held in there for a long time. I would play it every single day, and without fail. I played every single day. I would go in there and do my daily challenges, and then I was able to amass a lot of money in gold, so that all of a sudden I didn't have to worry about grinding for money anymore.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I've got all the money I want, all the gold I need, but there's nothing to spend it on now because they're not really doing any updates or anything. So that was pretty lame.
Yeah.
All right, but it was pretty much. It pretty much did get to the point where it was. It did get boring, and so I had to make my own fun. Like, I've done all my challenges, I've done all my daily tasks, I've done all the stuff that the game wants me to do. Now I can free roam, and free roaming is all very well and good, but because it takes so long to get to anywhere, you have to enjoy the countryside, right?
Yep.
Because you can't really fast travel. I mean, you can, but that costs money too. But then what's the point of playing the game if you're going to fast travel?
You can't see nothing.
Right. So I thought I might as well now make my own fun, start taking photos and stuff. And you can repeat some of the missions. And then you can do like hunting challenges and stuff. But yeah, in the end, it got a bit too much. And then unfortunately, it was one Christmas, because I would go in there every Christmas to see all the snow and stuff. And it was one Christmas I put it on for the last time. I was like, oh, this is great. The snow's back. And then I turned it off, fully thinking I was going to go back and play it again the next day. And I just never opened it up again. I never played it again. And then when Nate was talking about how, sometimes games can take a little bit of, mental strength to even go to it and turn the game on, I was like, yeah, man, I get that. Because I love the game. I love the scenery. I love the the atmosphere of the game. I love the characters of the story game. I love the look of online. But then it just sort of got to a point where it was, just nothing new keeping me there.
Yeah, if they're not supporting the game, which I don't understand why they didn't, because they're still supporting the Grand Theft Auto game. But
well, that's right. They support it to the point where here's another view of the mammoth.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
I thought that was pretty
Woolly
cool.
Mammoth is cool.
Yeah,
because the game that I like to play a lot is Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and there's a whole island. There's a whole island in that game that you can't even get onto because it was supposed to be part of the expansion, but they don't support it anymore. So you can't get on the island, and it's not even like breaking the border because you can't. You go next to it, they got like this in-game thing that kills you. Oh, look at that! Oh,
yeah.
That's cool.
There were 4 different styles of helmet. I don't think I have all of them on here, but one of them looked a bit like old style Iron Man.
Yep. I remember those now.
Yeah, a bit like Ned Kelly. Anyway, but it was before I turn off my games though, and I know it's not normal, but before I turn off my games, and Red Dead Redemption Online be no exception if it's an open world game, I like to put them in a spot where I know that they're going to be comfortable. So before I ever turned off the game, I'd always make sure I went back to my camp, fed my horse, and pat my dog, and then I'll turn off the game. So in my mind, my character is still out there, enjoying life. Yeah, chilling, enjoying his dog, enjoying his horse, enjoying his camp, having a beer. He's giving up smoking. Who knows? I haven't seen him in a while.
Exploring the area and going,
I wonder if I'm ever going to be played again.
Is he coming back?
Probably not. So you've only played online for a little bit. I think you ended up getting the game because I said you should get it.
I have it. I was playing it online, and posses kept chasing me around. Like I tried to do a bounty, try to make some cash. And then I'm turning my bounty in, and there's somebody there that shoots me, takes my bounty.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Oh, if you already have a bounty, yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe next week we could fire up the game and give it a crack and see if it's anything changed.
We could do that, yeah.
See if any of the lobbies are still open. Using up all the gold, yeah. He's set for life. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's rich.
He's gonna turn the game on. He's going to turn the game on. His camp's going to be gone. It's going to be this huge mansion.
Yeah. Or it's just a dirt hill with a door on it and he's poor. He gambled it all away.
He's taking up smoking again. He's drinking. It's like, I didn't think you were coming back. I had to spend the gold.
So the thing that I think would pull me back in is if they brought out an updated Red Dead Redemption with or an update where added that to the story so you could play through Red Dead 2 and then into Red Dead 1 because of the prequel nature of it. If you could just play it all the way through that way, I reckon that would be pretty cool. But now that they've got a new Grand Theft Auto coming out, more talk is happening for the next Red Dead Redemption. So Red Dead 3, which I guess has to be a prequel to 2, because you can't go any further, because at the end of Red Dead Redemption, it was the end of the Wild West.
Yeah, was
so
it
you
like
have to keep
just
going
the turn
back.
of the century, right? Turn of the century, right?
But everything was becoming modern. The cars about, technology was a thing.
They could just, they could take it in another direction with new characters.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could do that. Do stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
That's true.
I would like a Lone Ranger, like kind of story in there. A guy done some mass to fight crime.
Yeah,
a criminal.
That would be good. That would be good. I would be into that. The lonely drifter, maybe those sort of tropes. The masked gunslinger.
Or you could also do that's around the time where the Texas Rangers made their names, right?
Right.
Made their mythology, their mythos. You could do that. You could be like hunting down some criminals as a ranger, and
that would be cool.
That would be pretty neat. I would dig that. Like lone.
So you could be a bounty hunter in online, but I think there's a difference between being a bounty hunter and being a lawman. And I think they're to be able to wear a badge as a lawman and protect a town or whatever. That'd be actually a pretty cool game where if you start off as a deputy in an old raggedy town and you work your way up to big city cop.
Just base it off of Wyatt Earp's life. That'd be cool.
That'd be a great game too.
Right? Because I think he started off as a constable in a city, and then he went out west after his wife passed away. I believe, if I remember his story right.
Deadwood would also be a pretty good adaptation for a game.
Hell,
a lot of brawl.
Cowboys and aliens, man.
True, that too. Westworld, cowboys and robots.
Throw some dinosaurs in there. Just give it all. Throw it all in there.
Put it all in there. Just make it wild. Make it wild.
Just don't do the Wild Wild West, please.
Yeah, no. That one looks like a video game.
It does. It does. I mean, the show was cool, but that movie was.
Yeah, I didn't really watch the show. I knew that it was a show before I watched the movie. I think Mum must have told me, but I never did see it.
It was. I mean, they kind of exaggerated it. I think a little in the movie.
I believe giant spider, steampunk spider robot thing. Yeah, I think it may be a little bit exaggerated.
A little too much. A little too much.
A smidge. Was that a bit too much?
Just a little bit.
I think they keep teasing Young Guns 3.
Yeah, I heard that he was talking about it. Emilio was talking about doing it.
Yeah.
Look at like I know him. I know Emilio. Mr. Estevez.
Yeah.
Mr. Estevez was speaking about it.
Right. I would love it if they did. Just give the player true ability to choose. Like you can abandon the main story and move to the wilderness, become a turnip farmer. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I want to be a turnip farmer.
Can you imagine that? Just log into the game. So are you a bounty hunter or are you a lawman? No, man, I'm a turnip farmer. That and radishes, man. That's my gig.
So if you had to eat one of these things for life, which one would you choose? Radish, turnip, parsnip.
What's a parsnip?
Looks like a carrot, but it's white and has no flavor. It's garbage.
Radish, turnip. Guess I'd eat the radish.
Radishes are too. When was the last time you had a radish? Those things.
I don't remember.
Those things are they're a little bit much. I'd go a turnip, parsnip. This guy with his parsnip. Let me pick up a picture of a parsnip for you, Gaz. I'll show you what a parsnip is. I guess they're good for roasting, but I think radishes are better for like a salad.
All right. I guess I'd just rip up some grass and eat it with the radish.
Right. Grass and radish again?
Hell yeah, let's do it. Here, I got a question for the
chat.
I got a question for the chat because I mentioned the Fraggles the other night because I saw something that reminded me of a commercial that reminded me of a character from the Fraggles. What are those huge things called that they exit the Fraggle Rock area and they go into their garden and steal the radishes? What are those things called?
Oh, look
it's like Junior, the King, and the Queen. I know I could have looked it up too, but I just thought of it.
No. The chat. If you know who they are in the chat, please do.
You know who they are, please. My mind's going. I don't know what they're called. I forget. I want to say Gorgons, but they're not Gorgons.
They're close.
What are they called?
Well, we'll see if anyone else can get it in the chat. We'll give it a moment.
It's like I have no idea.
But you were close.
You didn't watch Fraggle Rock? Man, the Doozers ruled.
I did like Fraggle Rock. I was more of a Muppet Show guy, though.
Oh, definitely.
I love the Muppet Show. I think that the Muppet Show had great humor that suited both kids and adults. Obviously, they had. Fraggle Rock was for kids, right? Little kids.
Yeah.
Muppets were universal.
The Muppets were made. Jim Henson made them for like an adult. Gorgs. Thank you.
I
was on the right.
still unashamedly, I still to this day enjoy, without shame, early episodes of Sesame Street.
Me too.
Right, so you got Super Grover, you got Grover when he's like the salesman, Ernie and Bert, even some of the Big Bird stuff to a lesser extent. But for the most part, the team-ups of Frank Oz and Jim Henson, whether it be Kermit and Grover, whether it be Ernie and Bert, I don't know who the puppeteer was that did the blue head man. But when he was in the restaurant and Grover would come along and
the big burger.
Yeah.
Little known fact, right over here, I have my two favorite Muppets. Or puppets, right? I have Grover and I have Animal sitting right next to my bed, like right there.
I think Grover. Grover is definitely my favorite in the Sesame Street. I was a Rolf guy in Muppets.
I just love Animal.
Yeah, Animal's cool too.
He's just great. Well, see, when Jim Henson created, when he had the Muppets, right, and he created all the puppets for Sesame Street, when he sold the Muppets to Disney, Sesame Street wasn't part of that deal. They were for the
Muppets anymore.
Yeah. So they were their own entity, but man, genius.
Yeah. But the comedy duo of Frank Oz and Jim Henson are just, whether it was Kermit and Fozzie or whether it was Ernie and Bert, there was just great humor there. And they didn't dumb it down. There is some stuff now, if you go back and watch it, you go, oh, that's definitely for adults.
Yeah. They did some good stuff, man. I like the Kermit the Frog as the reporter.
Great. He was a lot more angrier back then too, which I like. Right,
he got
frustrated
because
he got frustrated, sometimes furiously angry, and I like that version of Kermit. I don't like the completely laid back Kermit. That's just too nice.
When you were younger, because I know I did when I was younger, I was always wondering where Miss Piggy, where Ralph, Gonzo, and Animal were during Sesame Street, because Kermit would show up, and you're like, where's the rest of the gang? Why aren't they here? And vice versa when you watch the Muppets.
I remember seeing Rolf in one of those clips between puppet things where I think they were doing counting and he just says a number and that's it.
Yeah.
And possibly Miss Piggy showed up in one of those clips too. But at least they did show up in the Muppets though. Big Bird shows up in the Muppets in the Muppet movie, and then they all show up. Go on.
Which is also going to be in the theater soon too.
Yes.
Going to go see that as well.
Did you watch the new Electric Mayhem show?
I have. I've seen a couple episodes. I haven't watched it all. I have it on my watch list. I don't really get onto Disney that often for some reason. I don't know why.
I couldn't get into it. That female lead was just killed it for me. I was like, I can't with this woman.
Favorite Muppet movie? Favorite Muppet movie has to be Muppets. The Great Caper is my favorite.
The Great Muppet Caper. I think that's got some really great jokes in it. I think I've watched the Muppet Show more than any of them. I quite like Muppets Take Manhattan because I always put Muppets, the Muppet movie, Great Muppet Caper, and the Muppets Take Manhattan as a trilogy. And after that, I don't think Jim Henson did another one after that. I think he died before the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I just the Fozzie and Kermit being twins.
Yeah, and it's not even played. It's played so seriously, and no one questions it really. And they're like, "Oh yeah, which one's the frog?" You know.
I love it.
I love that.
It's a great movie. Great movie.
Plus, you got John Cleese. That whole scene.
What's her name?
In paper?
Was he in the? He's in a restaurant or was he in a hotel? No, that was the home.
He's in his home. Yeah.
Miss Piggy breaks in.
Yeah. And then the doorbell goes, I'll get it.
There's a pig climbing up the side of the home.
What's that, dear? Oh, yes. What? Yes.
It's just brilliant. The way they did that, it's just brilliant. And as kids, you ate it up because like they're looking at them and they're treating them as like real things. Like as a kid, you're like, oh, they're real. They got to be real, especially when you see them in the movies because you get to, like to see them riding the bikes. And
yes. Was that one Caper? That was Caper, wasn't it?
That was Caper, yeah. That was Caper. Yeah. Oh, look, we went from talking Red Dead. Brilliant. We went from talking Red Dead to talking Muppets. This is nuts.
That's why we just shoot. Mass hysteria, Muppets and Westerns. That'd be a great Muppet movie where they're just in the Old West. There's that great scene at the end of the Muppet movie where Kermit puts his boots on and his hat on and he does the old standoff.
That would be great. The Muppets version of Tombstone.
Yeah. And then animal grows to a large creature that pops out of the smoke.
Animals that guide you.
That was a great scene. Bigger than Big Bird. But Oscar the Grouch appears in Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah, he's in a lot of the Sesame Street characters show up in a few movies like sprinkled in, which is really nice.
And they show up for the wedding of Kermit and Miss Piggy, which I thought was also cool.
Yeah. I absolutely adore the two old guys. I always forget their names.
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah. He's up there in that little it's great. This is called Get the Shit Focus on Shit.
That's right. Exactly. I did like Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol was a good one. I think after Christmas Carol, it started to get a bit into the silly zone. So while I don't hate the Treasure Island one, I think that's a fine movie, but they are starting to now get a little bit silly.
Well, now they're gearing them towards kids, I think is the deal. I mean, not that they shouldn't, because a lot of kids adore that stuff, but started as an adult. But I don't want to be one of those people that say it should be for adults because it was for It's
no. But the humor wasn't dumbed down for kids though.
Yeah,
kids enjoyed it.
Yeah,
but they didn't dumb down it. It was very, very smart. It was a smart writing.
I want to see. I know they did a space one. I know they did something with space, but I want to see Pigs in Space, the movie.
Why didn't they do that instead of the other?
I want to see that.
In space?
That would be great.
It almost writes itself as. When Mark Hamill came onto the show and was in that was great. Big Bird was later. You wouldn't really. So here's the thing about Big Bird being on the Challenger shuttle, right? He wouldn't have really been on there, right? Because you can't just put Carol Spinney in Big Bird's suit and then send him up there. They would have just had some sort of either just the stuffed animal. Not animal. Sorry, Big Bird. They would have just had some sort of statuette of Big Bird, maybe.
I'd do it. I'd wear the suit and go up there in space.
Well, yeah.
You just see Big Bird going like this in the window, going doing that whole thing, like. I don't know but you know what I'm talking about. He's taking off on the deck of the carrier. He's like. Bird with a helmet on.
Pigs in space. But Big Bird, there's no way that they're going to put him because he's not trained to be an astronaut for a start, right?
So he goes through the whole NASA bit. You see that weightless floating around in there, and then you can have like other puppets in there with him, like training them, like Grover.
It would have been smarter to put a tinier puppet in there than Big Bird.
Yeah, but Big Bird's the face, right? What are you going to do?
Right.
The only other one that I could see from Sesame Street, if it's not going to be Grover, Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, in his tin can.
Just
it should have been Super Grover. But again, they would have just taken up. They would have just taken up a puppet. They wouldn't have taken up the actor or anything. Or it would have been some sort of NASA thing where there was like just in a room next door. Special effects.
They just would have had a little Grover.
Yeah.
The spacesuit.
Challenger, away! What's that smell? Smells like burning! Ah! Yeah, he would have been complaining the whole way. Help me!
He's scared.
I didn't change your rings!
No, no.
Mission control, we're going down!
Oh my God, I just brought a puppet on here. Oh, I hope Ken sees this.
We're gonna need a bigger ship. Space Commander would have saved him.
That's right.
Imagine a team up of Super Grover. Yeah, Super Grover the movie. Done. Gazz in space. I'd like to see a team up of Gazz, Space Commander, and Super Grover in space. And I guess one of the pigs from Pigs in Space.
It have to be the captain. He's always like, oh, he's the hero.
What was his name again?
Well, we can find out. Hold on.
Porkins.
It was
Porkins. It was also in The New Hope.
That's right. Porkins. There's something wrong. You jerk! There's something wrong. I can save it.
So look up who it is, and then just give me, I don't know. So Google who the pig was from Pigs in Space, and just tell me what it started with, and I'll see if I can guess the name just from what it starts with.
Oh, the Pigs in Space. Character. All right. So, okay. So the main guy,
yeah,
his initials are LH.
LH. Is it H Ham?
Nope. Close.
I was gonna say Lieutenant Ham.
Nope. Lieutenant Ham. Nope.
I've got no idea. Who is it?
It's Link Hogthrob.
Link Hogthrob. That's great.
And then the other one, because we know Miss Piggy obviously is one.
Yeah.
And the other one, the brains of the group, he has a doctor in front of his name, and his initials are JS.
Dr. Jekyllstein.
Nope.
What is it?
Julius Strange Pork.
That's great. You already have one. It's Retro Tinker.
What was he saying?
That'd be my porno name. Retro Tinker is already it.
Look, you put it up here. I'm looking at my screen to see if I can see it. Damn right technology. What you think? Zazel's name should be Link Hogthrob?
No, mine would be Greasy Slime Ham. Greasy Slime Ham.
Oh man, they did some great stuff on that show.
Yeah, they really did. I even liked their short surgery skits that they did with Rolf as the surgeon. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
The dancing one when they were in the ballroom.
In the ballroom, yeah. Every so often they'd just do one-liners or quick jokes.
Yeah. Oh, such a great show.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Dick Skyward to the rescue.
You know what would be a good movie for them to do with like a take on Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously Kermit.
Yep.
Gonzo, Fozzie, and Scooter, maybe? Scooter?
Yeah, probably Scooter. And then you'd have Animal as one of the creepy ghosts.
Animal P. Lewis.
Oh yeah, maybe. That'd be funny.
And then Miss Piggy as Janine.
You got Rolf as the Terror Dogs.
Ralph is the terror. Ralph and Harry, the huge.
Yeah. God, who else have we got? Who would be the Marshmallow
No,
Man?
wait. I'm gonna take out Scooter and Sam the Eagle as one of the ghosts.
Egon.
No. He'll be no. Sam the Eagle will be Peck.
Yeah. Okay.
Sam the Eagle will be Peck.
So I think it'd be easy to put Animal in the giant Marshmallow Man thing because he has grown huge before. So maybe that.
It just
that would
popped
be
in
pretty
my
funny.
head. It's the cutest thing you ever seen. Animal.
Are you God? Yeah.
and then to play Gozer, you need like a human. You have to put a human in the spot. Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Gozer.
Sigourney Weaver, perfect. Yeah.
Well, Miss Piggy would have to be Dana because it'll be obviously Kermit will be Vakeman, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then they have the love interest going on. And
Yeah.
Dr. Teeth, the mayor.
Yeah, Dr. Teeth. Yeah, that would be. I reckon he'd be a pretty cool ghost too. Like, but have like extra teeth. Or be like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of thing.
Yeah, obviously the two old dudes would be ghosts.
Oh yeah, they were already ghosts in the Christmas Carol one, right?
Yeah, I think they were. That had Michael Caine, right? Michael Caine was Scrooge.
Michael Caine. Yeah. He did a great job in that movie.
That'd be good.
Cookie Monster. Yeah, really get the mixture of them in there.
Well, they could call it like Monster Busters instead of Ghostbusters, like their take on it. They go after all the monsters.
Yeah, true. Felt Busters.
And just be a big song and dance show.
Yeah,
Bring back
put it on. Yeah, bring back the original Muppet Show theater room and just make it a whole theater show.
Oh, that'd be great.
I wonder if they ever did touring theater shows.
When I was a kid, I went to go see the Muppets Live. Or was it Muppet Baby? Yeah, it was Muppets Live, I think it was. And they had like a segment with Muppet Babies. It was a whole show. People wore the suits. So Kermit would be walking around on stage. It was actually really cool. It's where my love for Huey Lewis started. Because he sang The Heart of Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
Because Kermit was singing Heart of Rock and Roll, I memorized the song because he had the book. And then I'm like, who really sings this? And I was like, hey, I heard this song on the radio. It's that song. And Huey Lewis.
But I mean, if they did a variety show, like as the actual pubs, not people in suits, but just have a stage set up so you can't see the people underneath. Not that I think anyone would really care, but that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty
traveling stage show.
That would be. I would go see it. Hell, I saw the Evil Dead the musical.
How was that?
That was great. I was skeptical, but then I was like, "This is awesome. This is good."
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I haven't really seen any musicals.
It was fun. It was fun. They warn you in the front row because of blood splatter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and every bit's broken down into a musical. It's great.
From just the first movie?
From the first movie, yeah, just from the first Evil Dead, yeah.
Very nice.
And it has like a video screen in the back, so there's no set. So they're just on the stage, and then the background would change, right? So if they were in the cabin, the background would change the cabin. They would bring some props out on the floor, right? Just like a table or something like that. They would just roll it out, but they'd have like these two people a couple people they'd be wearing all black and stuff. So they were just stagehands.
Yeah.
But they would incorporate them into the show. So like if something weird was happening, like the stagehand would kind of look at the audience like, "What the fuck is going on here?" or they would come out as the dead and stuff like that. Like like the bit where it's chasing through the forest. Like the camera chasing through. So like one of them would act like they were the camera chasing. I was that's pretty cool. Was that my seat?
Pretty clever.
Yeah, it moved.
Do the seats move?
No. It's just it was like a small little, theater. It wasn't huge. It's a very, very intimate setting, per se.
The Muppets didn't break fourth wall. Sorry, they didn't break the fourth wall very often, but they did on some rare occasions, which I thought was funny. So I do know that.
Sesame Street did because they're always talking to you.
Yeah, that's true. I always thought those skits with Ernie buying things from that dodgy seller was like, isn't that weird? Like, you want to buy an M? It's like, oh.
The one that kind of like always freaked me out a little bit was the guy that like painted numbers and letters on everything.
Wasn't that Jim Henson?
No. That was it was an actor. I think he was on the Jeffersons. I think he was their neighbor.
I know that Jim Henson did do a few live performances, but who was the painter in Sesame Street?
I'm gonna find out right now.
Sesame Street. Are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, he was the number painter, also known as the Mad Painter.
There you go.
And his name was. One
there he is. Please. Paul Benedict.
Yeah, Paul Benedict.
There he is, guys. Right here. Look, I'm gonna. Yeah, you got the picture.
This guy.
That guy.
You want to buy 7? Let me paint it.
11. It's 11. He's walking around everywhere. He's like 11, so he's teaching us young kids, us impressionable little children, to do graffiti everywhere.
Yeah, true.
Just make
1, 2,
it count.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, the Muppets do a Star Wars. They did like a little Star Wars thing, didn't they?
So they did. They had Mark Hamill in there. C-3PO and R2-D2 were on the show. I think even maybe Chewbacca. Maybe Chewie.
I think Chewie was on there. Yeah, that's right. That was the Pig in Space episode where he dressed up as Luke.
Oh, he did a video on all the stuff he got for his birthday. I forgot to mention it. JoeFan84.
Really?
Look it up right.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Watch list. JoeFan84. JoeFan84.
You send me the link when you get a chance.
I will. I'm going to put the link in for the channel so you guys can subscribe. Give me one moment. One moment, please.
One moment, please hold.
Please hold. All right, so here's the link to JoeFan84's channel. So if you want to go, anyone that's currently watching, if we haven't already bored everyone out of their gourd.
It's like these guys just went from talking Cowboys, now they're talking to Muppets. What's wrong with these guys? What is wrong with these guys?
You kind of sounded like Lars from Metallica then.
Oh, did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No need to apologize. Anyway, there is JoeFan84's channel. Go subscribe to that so that you can watch his happy birthday video.
We'll do that.
Do check it out. Check it out one time, won't you? You know, I say that every now and again as my catchphrase.
Check it out one time.
Check it out one time, won't you?
What is that from?
I'll show you right now.
Oh man, it's drawing a blank. Like if I wasn't online right now, I'd know it, right? If I wasn't here,
well, you would know it. You definitely know it.
So much for we'll check it out one time. Is that from? It's not from Mad Max, is it?
No.
Well,
and I mean it might be, but it's not where I'm getting it from. I get it from here.
Check it out one time, won't you?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It's our friends. It's our friends, the Gremlins.
Check it out one time, won't you? And then,
if there's any kids, turn your head away.
Yeah. You know what? That was the first time that I ever saw a movie that was different on DVD than it was on VHS. Because in Australia, we didn't have the Hulk Hogan scene.
From Gremlins 2.
Yeah. We didn't have the Hulk Hogan scene. We had John Wayne.
You had John Wayne?
Yeah. We had a John Wayne scene instead of the Hulk Hogan one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so in Gremlins 2, when they take over the theater, Hulk Hogan stands up and says, back to the program. Well, for us, we had John Wayne doing that.
Was it legit John Wayne?
No, because he was dead by then.
Yeah, so they cut him in.
Yeah, they cut him in.
I'm watching. Have the replay. The gremlin just came up.
Yeah. And just because here is the Retro Tinker's link as well to his channel. If you aren't already subscribed to the Retro Tinker,
Please do.
also do that. So
AKA
there's
the
some homework for you guys. Some homework for you. Go subscribe to the Retro Tinker and go subscribe to JoeFan84. Right after this, I'm going to go and check out his birthday video. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, check it out. Check it out one time, won't you? You want me to find the John Wayne scene?
I'll look it up. I wonder if it's on the disc.
Well, so the DVD that I had, because I was like, oh, I love this scene coming up, and I'm watching. I was like, this is not John Wayne. This is Hulk Hogan.
Hazel just gets up and leaves. Get out of here.
Like, no, get out of here. So when I didn't see Gremlins 2 in the theaters. I saw it on VHS. And because I was young, so much younger than before, I thought they were really mucking around with the VHS. I got a little bit frightened. And then Wayne comes in and saves the day. I was like, yeah, perfect.
Do you ever have that something happens on the screen that bugs you out? Like I was just watching an episode of the X-Files, and it's the one with the cockroaches take over the town. And every now and then in the episode, there's an actual cockroach that walks across the screen.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so it looks like it's like in your house, on your screen instead of the show. And I remember watching it going, what the?
I don't remember that. All right, I'll check that out.
I think it's in season 2 or 3.
Just like Crocodile Dundee cut a bunch of stuff for the American market because we wouldn't get some of the jokes.
Did they really? Yeah. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Oh, yeah, and music changing sometimes too. You know what? You know what's really interesting? They don't do this anymore, but after our Ghostbusters stream, I went and looked up the TV edit of Ghostbusters.
Yeah. And
there are a lot of different scenes, like they cut out the swearing and stuff for TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
There's a famous one from Die Hard 2 when he's fighting was it John Amos? Mm-hmm. The father from Good Times. He's fighting him on the wing of the jet, and he says something like "F you" to him, something like that. But he says something like "Good night, Mr. Falco," or something like that. It's hilarious. It was so funny. I remember seeing shorts made of that quote.
Yeah, that's messed. Yeah, yippee-ki-yay, instead of saying "motherfucker," they say something else.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. An alternate sequence in Gremlins 2, the new batch shows John Wayne appearing in the scene following the moment the Shadow Puppet Gremlins break the fourth wall. Yep.
All right. So is that I was going to say, is he on a big screen?
Yeah, so you actually see a shootout of Gremlins and John Wayne. So they use real John Wayne footage.
Look at you spilling the drink.
Yeah. John Wayne shooting out the Gremlins?
What?
Mate, you want to just find
there's a gunslinger gremlin? That'd be awesome. He's got an eye patch. His cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
I'm going to show you the scene. All right. Would you like to see it?
I want to see it.
They might not let me show it. They might cut this out. But here we are anyway. I'll turn up the volume. Hang on.
All right.
For all you kids that want to watch it at home.
Just tell us what you said.
Oh, please hold.
Yes, I love it when you just do. Oh wow! What did you do that?
Russ, hold it. Get the hell off my spread. Now, go on back to your own movie.
Look at him.
Say, do you think that? Hey, could that have been a gremlin?
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is awesome. I want this version. Oh, take that, you punk. Oh, he's out.
Uh-oh.
Get out of here, dude. Get out. Uh-oh.
Well, I warned them. I don't need varmints on my ranch, and you folks don't need them in your TV sets. Let's start that movie up again.
That was classic. I want that version. No offense to Hulk Hogan. I want that version, man.
All offense to Hulk Hogan, I prefer John Wayne. Give me the Duke any day. When people ask me who's my favorite version in G.I. Joe, who's my favorite version of Duke, I say John Wayne Pilgrim.
John Wayne Pilgrim.
That was Count Dooku. So they'll probably cut my stream because I'm showing that entire clip. I might have to cut it out later. But I think
that was Dracula.
John Wayne, Dracula, Gremlins, and that Bugs Bunny, the Doctor from was it Voyager?
Yeah, the hologram Doctor from Voyager.
Hologram Doctor from Voyager. Yeah, just brilliant stuff.
Brilliant.
That's great. Check it out one time, won't you? That was good. That was
from.
Yeah.
Gremlins. I always want to see Gremlins versus Critters.
Yeah, he did. Did say that. Gremlins versus Critters. Who do you think wins?
Although I think the Critters would give up a good fight.
The fight would have to take place at night or in the dark.
Wow. I mean, they would eat everything, right? They would eat them completely. Gremlins just cause chaos. I think the Critters might edge out on that one.
It also depends on how easy access they have to multiply. Yeah. Gremlins do multiply. But whose side would the Mogwai
Mogwai Rambo? Mogwai Gizmo? Gizmo would fight them all.
Whose side is he on? Gremlins? Can you imagine Gizmo as a gremlin though?
Oh no, I can't.
Has anyone ever made that look? Gizmo as a gremlin, and if he did become a gremlin, would he be evil?
Okay, so here's the premise. Here's the premise for Gremlins versus Critters. Ready? Critters crash. Gremlins are they start to fight. Where's Gizmo in all this? He's being trained by a ninja master. Shows up as the American Ninja.
Nice. Yes, I'm down for that.
Starts slicing them up and dicing them. Slice and dice.
It dices.
He uses little Ginzu knives. You got to keep the 80s in there, so he uses little Ginzu knives instead of katanas.
I'm done. I'm in like Flynn.
Tell
me
our
more.
Man Flint.
Anyway, on that note, Gaz, I'll let you go. Almost a 2-hour stream shooting the shit, mostly showing photos of my Red Dead, and then circle back around to some Muppets and some Gremlins chat.
You know
what?
Are we
going to talk about next time?
Bustin' makes us feel good.
Bustin' does make us feel good. Bustin', have you ever heard that version where it just like goes bustin', 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 and just keeps?
Is that the 12-inch dance remix?
No, it's pretty funny.
I was looking for this song called Driver's Seat, and I couldn't find the actual song, but I found the 12-inch edition, which I like. 12. What is 12-inch? And I'm thinking it's the record, right? And I'm like, what's the difference about this? And it's just there's like a section of the song where it just goes on and on. And it's great. If you've never heard the song Driver's Seat, check it out. It's good. I forget the name of the band that sings it though.
I'm a big fan of Phil Collins, and Phil Collins has brought out a few extended versions of his good songs. Not that they aren't all good, but like his hits. And it's like you're getting your favorite song, but longer.
But longer. Yeah.
But longer.
I think it's tried.
All right, well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Don't forget to check out the Retro Tinker and check out Joe Fan 84. Go check him out. His birthday video. I'm literally going to go over there and check it out right now. So make sure you check it out one time, won't you? Let's go with the outro. I might start incorporating John Wayne into our outros.
Maybe that segment from that would be great.
Unless they kick us off. I have a feeling later I'm going to get an email that says, "Sorry, but your video cannot be watched." All right, I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'll see you all over on Joe Fan 84's birthday video in about 47 seconds. All right, goodbye.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando.